You're coming.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm recording the call.
Okay. And so basically, what you're going to come back in, well, both NASA and Elon Musk both are targeting Mars landing, I think, but both have different ideas. And much of NASA's plan will depend now on Doge. I'll respond to that. And here's where you can come in, where I set the year 2026, where you can talk about Musk and the rocket and all he's going to do. So that's where I stuck that 2026 in there, just announced. Okay. And then I come back on the next one and I say, so Musk is saying an unmanned landing could be just years away. Boom, we cut to the audio, come out of that. Many people are familiar with the name Elon Musk, but people really don't know who he is. And he's really been self-taught, just very casual. The audio on that is out of a great team. And so I come back and go, a guy from Australia.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He's not from, well, no, he's from,
He's from South Africa.
he was not born in South Africa.
Yes, he was.
Let's go South Africa.
He's from South
South,
Africa.
okay, from
He
come
is
on.
legitimately an African American.
South, South Africa. Come on. Okay. So a guy from South Africa invests $100 million in a rocket company he didn't think would succeed. Amazing. Well, let's talk about his risks and rewards. Boom. And you can add whatever you want there. Then we go into that piece of audio, and and then I come back out, having listened to Musk's version. NASA is tasked with answering: did life or does life exist on the red planet? Well, Dawn Meyer, our Space Coast news editor, has a
You
story.
make it so fluid, man. You're so fluid and like it's just so natural for you. The way like your voice and tone and intonation, everything, it's so fluid. And I would love to have that freaking ability.
You have it. If you don't think about it, don't think about it. Okay.
I think that's the problem. Sometimes like I get in my head and I just start thinking too much about it and I like you
Just,
almost start to stumble over your words. You know what I mean?
but that's true. But John, when you're doing it, listen to the last few podcasts you did. Very smooth, very natural. I commented how good that was, easy to do. So yes. So anyway, then let's go to the next page then here, and let's see. Um, okay, John, you come back in after the commercial break. Welcome back. I'm John Gomez. Is there or has life existed on Mars? Space Coast News editor Don Meyer type thing. Okay, we throw it to Don. David, come back. Mark your calendar for next Wednesday on an amazing find of unusual rocks on Mars, and hear the second man on the moon say there is a monolith on Mars. That's it. I think that we should fill up about 8 minutes here, 10 minutes. Very nicely by just chatting. And if we don't like it, we'll go back and recut it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I've got this set to the meeting is recording. So when we're done, I can send it to you.
Yes. And it'll have video and audio. You can see both of them. You
Really?
just send me the audio. Uh-huh.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yep. All right.
All right.
All righty. And we do want to do a countdown on live. Ready?
Soon as you are.
Part one, Destination Mars. In three, two, one.
I'm John Gomez.
And I'm David Denault. Stand by for Destination Mars. Three, two,
Intro.
one.
Welcome and thanks for joining us today. Our focus is Mars.
And I want to invite you to join us for a 4-part series on Destination Mars, including Elon Musk, rocks from Mars, life on Mars, and what the CIA saw through remote viewers.
Both NASA and Elon Musk are targeting a manned landing on Mars. Both have different ideas, and much of NASA's plan will depend on Doge.
Well, John, I think you got a point there. We've seen recently what's been happening and an announcement about going back to Artemis and the issues that they've had, over $2 billion over budget. And I think one of the things that they're going to possibly look at is another vehicle to do the job. The Artemis program is now targeting 2026. And how many years has that been pushed back? So I think there's an issue with that.
Well, yeah, David, and I think that it's going to be Starship that's going to take the lead in getting men and women to Mars. In the last week alone, Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast made it very clear that he absolutely believes that by 2026, Starship, the booster and the ship itself will be fully and God dang it, I screwed that up.
All right, let's take it from the question. Okay.
All right.
Okay, you've got my response on Doge. Ready? This is John. Take John 2, Doge. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, David, and I think that Starship is going to end up taking the lead on getting men and women to Mars. Elon Musk last week on Joe Rogan's podcast was talking about Starship and test flights and things that are coming up. And he is very adamant that by 2026, Starship and the booster will be rapidly returnable and reusable to start going to Mars unmanned.
So Musk is saying an unmanned landing could be just years away.
Can we have the audio?
Next, you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
David, many people are familiar with the name Elon Musk, but I think what many people don't know is that Elon Musk explains here that he's actually self-taught.
3, 2, 1. A guy from South Africa invests $100 million in a rocket company he didn't think would succeed at the beginning. Amazing.
And Musk talked about those risks and rewards and failures developing SpaceX. I don't like that. Can I do that again?
Yep. John, take 2. 3, 2, 1.
And Elon Musk talked about those risks and rewards and the failures that come with it while developing SpaceX.
3, 2, 1. Well, having listened to Musk's version, NASA is tasked with answering those questions. Is life or has life existed on the red planet? Well, Dawn Meyer, our Space Coast news editor, has that story next as America and the world is listening to Special Report, Destination Mars, Part 1 on About Space today. I got to switch pages here. All right, John, you're coming out of the commercial break in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. I'm John Gomez. Is there or has life existed on Mars? Well, Space Coast News editor Don Meyer reports on NASA's progress.
3, 2, 1. Well, mark your calendar for next Wednesday on an amazing find, unusual rocks on Mars, and hear the second man to walk on the moon say, there is a monolith on Mars.
I'm John Gomez. Thanks for joining us for Part 1, Destination Mars. And if you liked our programs, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow us.
From Florida Space Coast World Headquarters for John Gomez, Dawn Meyer, I'm David Denault.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you were going to close it out with "This has been Special Report."
No, and it says that at the end. We tag it. It
Oh,
says,
oh, okay,
this has
okay,
been a special report.
okay, okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, now
Okay,
here's what we're going to do.
you're going to stop there, right?
Exactly. You read my